Hey, kiddies, it's Creepshow 2. Hey, Billy. Hey, is that kid's name Billy again?
Yeah.
Yeah? Wow.
Isn't that weird?
Yep.
Is he dressed like him or no?
I don't think... Because the kid was in pajamas in the first movie, right?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Bananas and pajamas. Oh, that's you guys when you go to bed.
Yep, before the great banana crash of 15.
Oh, please, stop. I'm trying to have fun here.
It was such a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you turn around and you're on the floor and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Fucking banana splits.
The banana split. Wow, we did a banana split.
That's what we did.
Wow.
The great banana split of 2015.
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
Yeah, instead of crash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's better than doing a banana cream pie, I guess.
Felt you know how good those feel, Jamie?
I'm not so sure, right?
For this like wraparound and intro type thing, this kid, it's a really cool scene. He's like, he parks his bike in front of a newsstand of sorts. I guess the creep is all you can call him. And this creep looks different. I don't know, maybe he's not the same creep that was in the window of the kid, right? Because this guy's all fleshed out and he's like, he has a big
He's not
nose.
a skeleton,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But he's still cool. He actually hosts the thing now, and before they just flip through comic pages silently, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is a little cooler in that respect. I know you know we all like the comic book thing, but I really do like a host as a.
I'll tell you what, I'll admit that's the only thing that they improved on. I'm not saying improved on because I was fine with what they did.
But you're glad they made the addition.
It was something. Everything else about the first one I preferred, but the one thing I liked here is that you had the intro, "Whoa, kiddies," and doing that, you know,
and
announcing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more of I don't know. I just like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind the announcing, but I much prefer the aesthetic of the first one, you know, with the comic book transitions. I mean, because that's, you know, that was the whole point.
Yeah, but you're right too, Jamie, because even in the first story, they reference the comic books again.
Yeah, I mean, they do. To me, it kind of felt like they flipped everything around here because in the first one, you have, you know, the wraparound is all live action, and then you've got like the animated, you know, creep in the window thing, and then in part two, the creep is live action, and then it sort of goes into an animated story with Billy, like when he.
Right.
And I've never been really fond of that animation style either. And I don't know if this is going to make any sense to everyone, but it just seems floppy to me. Like everything flops. I don't know.
You know what
the way they move is floppy.
Yeah, you get it? I mean, you get what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know what I thought it looked and sounded like? This is going to be really obscure. There's a movie called Peter Pan from Disney. The cartoon style is almost exact, and the voices, I would swear that the bully's voice sounds exactly like one of what they call Lost Boys or something.
I love that you're talking about Peter Pan like no one has ever heard of it.
Right,
it's like, this is so obscure.
Oh, well, I'm talking about the original cartoon.
Yeah, well,
that's the one.
I know, everybody knows it.
Oh, well, I know everybody knows, like, the one with the guy who's in the Crow movie and stuff, like Hook and stuff.
Fuck that. Peter Pan. There's only one Peter Pan. He's the man of the fucking... Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys, like, look at any clips of the Lost Boys, I think they're called, right? Is that their name?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. And then listen to how their voices, and then look at the teeth and the mouth and the animation of the bully and his friend, and everybody in this, really. And it's exactly like that. It's really, like, odd.
Wow. You know, the one thing is right off the bat the way it starts, and I'm not going to make a habit of this. I'm not going to compare the whole fucking
I love the music. Don't say the music's not good.
Well, no. As soon as the movie starts, it could start like... By looking at that could be any movie in the world. It could be anything at all. It's just a fucking side of a building and a car pulls up.
What?
Indeed. Indeed.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the opening shot of Creepshow 2 is that van pulling up. Remember? And the creep is in it.
That's amazing, because it was a real creep.
That part, yes, but I'm talking about the opening shot. When you first put it on, the movie begins, and it's just it's just a city,
yeah,
a side of a
what?
building.
Oh, you're getting
No. Hold on. Let me just say this, and that's all. That's the only time I'm going to do a comparison. It starts off as just the side of a building, and then you see a truck, and like I said, that could be any movie. Where in comparison to the first one, as soon as you put that shit in, put it on, and the movie begins,
it's a house. It's a house.
Boom, boom. Yeah, it's the house, and it goes right into fucking some shit.
Yeah, Tom Atkins
and all that stuff. I'm just saying that right off the bat, watching this part 2, right after watching 1, because that's how I did it. You could immediately tell it's a very different vibe.
Dude, you can't compare anything to Tom Atkins. They're gonna lose every time. It's not fair.
You could just as easily be watching a Bronx Tale when
right.
He pulls up in the neighborhood.
I'm not gonna ruin it. The only comparison I'm gonna draw. I wanted to get out of the way.
And I see that, but I still don't think I don't understand. I don't think that's anything.
No, that just speaks volumes on the specialness and the uniqueness of the first one. How no other movie is like it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree, but...
Yeah.
All right, so, I was thinking, when this ghoul throws this stack of comic books wrapped in that paper into the front thing, does nobody, steal these things? I don't understand how you just throw a stack of newspapers or comic books in front of an empty newsstand that it appears to be 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning. How come people just don't steal these things all the time?
Well... I mean, it's super early in the morning. The guy who runs the store is probably going to be there soon.
You think?
Did you guys have... You're someone who has a lot of parrots.
Yeah, Alone in the Dark. Did you ever see that movie, Alone in the Dark? That chick. It can be her.
Did you guys ever have them drop off your new telephone books?
They still do, those fuckers. I don't even
know. They used to. Yeah.
Not at your house, but I mean on the block, a big stack of them, and then they would have people that they hired come out and distribute them into the neighborhood. Did they do that? Okay, well, when I was growing up, they would always have big, giant stacks of phone books that they would drop off on the corner, and then they would hire people, and those people would come out and distribute them to each house. But one time, and it was right down the street from my house where the drop-off point was, a big mound of them. And one time there were there was this kid walking down the street, and he started karate kicking them and tearing up and stuff. And I just happened to be in my yard, and I was like, "Citizens arrest!" And then I ducked down. I did. Citizens arrest, like Gomer Pyle. And then I ducked down, and this kid snapped around, and he was looking around, but he couldn't see me, and he bolted. He took off running. He rounded the corner. I saw him go up a block, turn a corner, and he was still running halfway down the next block, and I was laughing my ass. Wow. But anyway, I guess what I'm saying is that it's, I don't know, maybe they just trust people. Maybe
in the 80s, people were easier to trust.
Maybe.
Okay, really quick. Mention Tom Savini plays the voice of the creep, just so everybody knows. Now, he did a good job since he... I
think he was actually the creep himself, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Was that?
He was under the rubber. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know about the voice.
Oh, really? Oh, he's not the creep when he talks the whole time?
I don't know. Maybe he is.
It says he's the creep prologue. What is a prologue?
The beginning, the part you're talking about, the paper shit.
Oh, creep voice is Joe Silver. Who the hell is that?
David Silver's father.
So he's a dentist? David Silver.
It's been a while.
So I haven't watched that in a long time. I need to watch that.
So I'll give you guys some stuff. Unlike just like last time, we didn't mention the big names. Stephen King is stories, George Romero is screenplay, and Lucia Fletcher is uncredited.
It's amazing that you boars and ghouls keep coming back for more. You must be gluttons for punishment. Well, I guess you bloodsuckers enjoy being repulsed, eh? You're loyal to the gore. Well, that's good. We don't want any dead wood in our fraternity of fright fans. That just happens to be the subject of our first nauseating novella, a nasty little bone cracker titled Old Chief Woodenhead.
We have to make a dedication. It turns out, and this is not one of those, well, maybe it is one of those moments. It would have been if we recorded yesterday.
Oh,
I think it still is.
Yeah, I think it still is a moment.
Who else is doing it?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
What other horror podcast do you think? You know?
Yeah, is doing this in the midst of a man's death.
Yeah.
It turns out Ray Spruce does not only die in the first segment we're going to review, Old Chief Woodenhead, but Ray Spruce, played by George Kennedy, died yesterday.
He was 91.
91 years old.
Not bad.
He was famous for being with another alumni of Creepshow, Leslie Nielsen, in all 3 Naked Gun movies.
Wow.
Yep.
That's right. Oh, that's fucked up.
And he was great in those. He was Ed Hodkin
Yeah, man.
in those movies. He was amazing. He's amazing in this movie. He really conveyed. I mean, I bought into everything, hook, lines. I wanted to slap him a few times because you just say, dude, are you an idiot? What are you doing? But he's a great man. I can't believe he was 91. He lived 20 years, 30 years almost after this movie was made.
Wow.
30 years, and he looked old there. I can't even believe he was alive.
Yeah, he looked way older than 61 there.
Right.
Yeah, didn't he?
Even his wife, Martha Spruce, you might get her confused with Rodney Dangerfield. That was actually Martha Spruce. And her real name was Dorothy Lamour.
Dorothy Lamour.
Yeah, not Rodney Dangerfield.
You think she looks like Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah, I do. I don't know how
Dorothy
everybody...
Lamour was a Hollywood beauty.
I'm looking at her picture. I'm not going to say she was hot, but she had that classic look.
Yeah, she did.
You know, but she wasn't hot. Because I'm looking at, like, the cover of My Favorite Brunette, and she's not hot. And that was 1947. She was, like, 33. So, she's not hot by any means, but she eventually morphed into Rodney Dangerfield.
Guess
As
who?
he do.
And she died in 1996. So she at least was funny when she died.
Alex, you know what else? You remember Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff?
Of course.
Okay, he looks like he morphed into Rodney Dangerfield too. It's true. My brother and I we've been saying it for years. Yeah, look him up. I'm telling you those exact words. Who would have thought that Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff, would eventually morph into Rodney Dangerfield? But he did. So it really fucking blew my mind when you said that someone else morphed into Rodney Dangerfield. And this is a chick. That's even worse.
We got to put a side by side of her and Rodney Dangerfield.
And Paul Orndorff.
And we even got a guy in this movie who looks like OJ, man. He's OJ. So we'll get to that though.
Apparently, it's the entire cast of Naked Gun.
Yeah, right? Isn't that weird?
Wow.
There's a Creepshow connection.
That's amazing.
Naked Gun.
That sounds like a dating site. The Creepshow connection. It's the.
You know what? I'm stealing that. You know what? I think we should hurry up. Me, you, and Matt should hurry up and start that new show. And it won't be Matt's vision, so he'll go along with whatever low production values there are, and we'll call it Creepshow.
Yeah, do it, Alex. I mean, you just said that you didn't do any production barely for the last Skeleton Crew, so why not do a creep show and do barely any production, and then we get Matt back?
I will, just to get Matt back. He's my reason for being.
Dude, wow. We're coming up with so many ideas this show. It's amazing. One after another.
There's like a think tank. Everyone's head is spinning. They're like, are we going to get to some content?
Right.
They're wondering
like
where we're
just
going.
As much. I think they enjoy this just as much. I know I do when I listen to a podcast.
I hope so. It's like hanging out with us annoying people. You know,
Right.
We're good for movie talk, but you don't want to hang out with us, believe me. Just ask Jerry Vitetta.
Yep, that's where it ends. He'll tell you.
He's done it. So, the old man who just died, George Kennedy, 91 years old, died yesterday. So, this show is dedicated to George Kennedy. and Rodney Dangerfield. We're going to dedicate it to both of them.
Yeah. I'd say and OJ, but no, he didn't die.
Yeah, fuck OJ. Yeah, I'm not dedicating shit to him.
Yeah, I'm from Buffalo, so I still got love.
Did you see the People vs. O.J. Simpson, that TV show?
No, I got to.
It couldn't be more clear that he killed these people.
Oh, yeah, well.
It's so disgustingly obvious that he killed them, and the way he got away with it, to watch it really unfold in great detail is disgusting. The old man running the store runs the store in an old rundown town called Dead River. Supposedly it was a thriving community at one point, and it just went absolutely nowhere. Now, this whole thing is about Chief Woodenhead, who is the carved out statue of an Indian.
Cigar store Indian.
Yeah, on the guy's front porch. Tell the truth, if you can. Maybe you can't remember. When you first saw this, did you realize by those subtle... It's so obvious now. But did you really realize the very first time that Indian was moving and that he was probably alive?
No, no.
Not the very first time. Right.
No, and now you're right. It is completely obvious.
Right.
But I still think the makeup is astounding. Like, it looks amazing. But when I first watched this, no, I couldn't tell.
Yeah. How about you, Dave?
No, I couldn't tell, but the story is called Old Chief Woodenhead, so I kind of expected him to come to life anyway.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like visually obvious. I also wasn't,
No.
I wasn't looking for it then either,
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting from this with that name.
Well, don't you think they do it on purpose? It's done intentionally in this movie.
Well, now I think
the
that.
little movement. Yeah.
But yeah, before. No.
I don't know. I think that are you talking about the subtle ones, like when he's kind of swaying a little bit?
Yeah.
I think the actor just couldn't be still.
Maybe, huh?
Yeah, the director's like, "Hey, Richie, can you be still for 5 seconds?"
The one though, definitely though, when he says goodbye to him, that's the fucking script.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, But the other ones, that's what I was thinking. I don't know if he was supposed to be moving or not.
Actually, the name of the guy who played Old Chief Woodenhead is Dan Cammon.
Is he alive or dead?
They don't even say. They don't even bother telling you. They say he's so not popular, his own mother wouldn't recognize him.
Was he in the Naked Gun too?
Believe it or not, there's nothing about if he's alive or dead. Naked Gun? No.
What a person to look up of all the people.
I know.
Oh, gee,
he was in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
What?
Maybe he owned a cigar store. So, yeah, how about that? The disgusting car that wouldn't stop smoking. This guy, like, how could you drive a car around like that?
Who, the old Indian guy?
Yeah, Ben White Moon. You remember that jalopy he was driving around? And he's getting chauffeured around, but he has absolutely no money. So, basically, they haven't had a paying customer in weeks. They haven't had a guy pay his debt in weeks or whatever, or something like that. So, this guy, Ben White Moon, he's an old, Indian guy. And somehow he's in charge of all his people's stuff. Somehow they believe that when they give their stuff to him, that he'll definitely get it to the guy who's supposed to have it, and he won't take it for himself. So they give him all their like really important and most valuable things. Somehow they own $20,000 or $10,000 worth of jewelry or something.
Well,
between all of them.
So they say.
Yeah, like.
Well, turquoise is really expensive.
Yeah, that couldn't have looked like a bigger pile of junk.
It's like he bought it from a gift shop in an airport somewhere in Arizona.
He goes, "Here you go, dumb whitey." I mean, what's your name? Yeah, Ray.
Yeah.
This is the most valuable things for my people. And he's like, "Well, let's see. This eraser is more valuable than the pin."
Okay, I think you guys have now succeeded in pissing off all the Native Americans. Someone that I hadn't covered up to this point, so I appreciate you picking up the slack.
Yeah.
We'll get them all before we're done.
Yeah, Jamie, don't worry. We're there for you. We'll cover it.
Yeah, season. What is it, season 4?
It's season 2012, 13, 14, 15, 5?
Season 5.
Oh, my God.
Okay, the crew is alive.
We're in the 5th season. Well, 90210 got really good in the 5th season, so maybe it'll work here.
Yeah, just don't push Jamie down the stairs, okay?
Right.
Don't pull a Ray Pruitt on me. Or Jamie, don't push Alice down the stairs.
So check this out. Think of the logistics of what he's doing to this poor old guy, Ray Spruce. He's saying, we owe you a ton of money, but basically we're going to give you a bunch of shit that you don't want.
That you can't do anything with.
That you can't do anything with. So basically, we're not going to pay you for 2 years. So 2 years and he doesn't, thank God he lived to 91, but who knew that? I mean, looking at him there, it sure didn't look like he'd lived to 91. It looked like he had about 8 months left.
Yeah, right? He had 2 years from fucking...
I don't think he'd be alive to find out if they were going to pay him back.
That was their plan, probably. You're probably right.
Yeah. They all sat around like, so how long do you think this guy has to live? He looks fucking horrible. They're like, I don't know, I give him 1 or 2 years. Yeah? All right, here, let's give him all this shit in your house, and all you guys, anything you guys got, wherever you find it, put it in this little thing, we'll say it's important, and tell this asshole that for 2 years he can hold on to it, and then we'll pay him later. And he'll probably be dead by then. So we're good. We're off the hook, guys. Oh, shit, is he that stupid? Yeah, I'm telling you. He'll take it.
He probably had a native doctor. That's what it was. And the doctor knew how long he had to live. He went to a witch doctor. He was broke, so he couldn't afford fucking, medical insurance. He couldn't go to any doctor, so he went to the fucking shaman. It was free, and he's like, yeah, dude only has like 18 months tops. Okay.
And they had just like 90210 season 5, they had a sweat lodge part. Remember they kept pouring the thing in the teepee for the sweat?
Oh, man.
Yeah, and we're supposed to believe that they put kids through college with the earnings from that store. Yeah, okay. I guess when college was, $2,000 a year, I guess I could believe that.
Well, back then, the kids went to school in the 70s.
It might have been 2000.
When I went to college in the 90s, it was $750 a quarter.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so
three quarters a year. $750 a quarter.
That's $6,800. Wow.
Not even close, but it's
What the fuck did he say?
That's $2,250 a quarter.
Right.
Right. No, that's what I meant. I meant 3 years of college.
Oh, okay, I see.
Oh, see?
I'm sorry.
I blew past that and did 3 years, yeah.
He's ahead of it. Yeah, remember how good he was figuring out Michael J's, how many times he watched Part 6? It was like, boom, and he had the number, 128.
Well, I decided instead of actually trying and being smart on the show that I could just be dumb. That's even better for people to listen to.
Yeah, we all know it's an act.
Yeah. Because when I was smart, I think it came off as cocky, so I figured I'll dumb it down.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, good job, because there were 4 years of college, so.
Yeah, about this. Yeah, so there's money. So this guy, they probably said he'll be dead by then, so let's just tell him 2 years. And then, maybe then at that time we'll give him another set of excuses, and this asshole will just keep on waiting. Because what's he going to do about it? What's he going to do if they don't pay? What's the difference? What's he going to do? Get cops to every one of their houses? And, it's so funny because these old Indian people, they go in there and he talks as if it's so, like, oh my God, it's the most important thing. Like, you have to accept this. If you don't, you make us beggars instead of borrowers, and such disrespect can never be forgiven from my people. Like, my people. What does that even mean? My people. Like, it's a big deal. You're just a bunch of guys standing around wherever you are. God only knows where they live at this point, since the whole town's empty. Like, what does this even mean? Like, it's some sacrilegious thing to insult. Oh my God.
They do that. Well, some of the old schoolers take that shit seriously.
Yeah, they take themselves so seriously.
Not anymore, but at that time, the old, the elder statesmen.
Right. They take themselves so serious.
Yeah.
Honor was a big deal, and respect.
You couldn't afford an arrow to shoot me with.
I would say, you're talking to me about not being able to forgive me.
Mm-hmm.
But what if I don't forgive you for, making my family go hungry because we can't pay our bills?
Right, no, he's not concerned about that. He's only worried about himself.
Yeah, and his wife was right. And then she blew it off. At first she was like motherfucking him, He's like, oh yeah, look, in his chauffeur-driven car. But as soon as she sees those fucking trinkets, she's like, oh, she does a complete fucking 180.
It's like every
man.
broad when she sees jewelry. The same thing.
Yeah, man, she got fucking blinged out.
You just seen what Jamie did. She was trying to quit the show, and I showed her a cubic zirconia, and she was right back on here. It's unbelievable. I got her from, what's that, QVC?
Oh, boy.
I'm easy.
Yeah, she's easy.
Hey, that zirconia works, man. Believe it. But yeah, the reason I said that, Alex, about the shit with the girl,
Yeah.
In flipping, was like, he could have just fucking not had a chauffeur. That's what I would have said.
Right, he would have had the money to pay him back, probably.
Right, so he's paying this guy, but he won't pay the fucking store owner.
I don't think.
What is he, a jerk off?
I don't think he's paying that guy.
Right, me neither. But I'm going along with the joke.
Yeah, it's probably a nephew or something. It's one of the tribesmen and makes him feel important. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a respect thing. So,
Yeah, Jamie, we have a bunch of time to fill. We have to come up with jokes. So yes, very good one, Dave. He's paying that guy, but not yes.
Yeah, thank you. I try.
All right. So how about the wife? Like you just said, she does the 180, and like who tells somebody, hey, dude, it was funny. 5 minutes ago, I was bashing you guys, and I was totally wrong. I said you were a bunch of fucking pricks who didn't appreciate anything, and you totally ripped us off. But you know what? I was wrong. You were really good people. And he's like, thanks. All right. Well, we'll see you later. It was the most awkward thing ever.
That's why he sent Sam. It's all planned. They are like the mafioso.
Yeah, maybe
it was all
a
set up.
plan. Right.
It was, and he was supposed to bring it back to the fucking chief, but he decided he had his own plans of his own, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Makes Sam even more evil, if you think about it.
And how comic bookish of it is it? Wait, of
Is
it?
it?
Is it? Oh, of it. How comic bookish of it is it? Guys, doing this show is very hard. I know you think it's easy sitting there listening.
words are hard.
Yes, this is hard to say. These things. So, as soon as they say goodbye to this asshole when he's driving away in his fucking jalopy, and they turn around to walk back into the store, and it's nighttime. Like, what the hell just happened? Didn't I just see him drive away? How long were you standing out there before you turned around and walked in? So, they turn around. It's now nighttime. They close the door. And Sam, the greatest character in horror history, who's not... Well, he... See,
What?
Top 3, right?
He was one of your top 3 favorite villains outside of the big 3. Yeah.
Yes, outside of the major people.
Yeah.
Sam Whitemoon. That's the name of the killer in this segment.
Oh, and I agree he is badass.
Ah.
He's a show stealer. He's a fucking, he steals the show of this fucking...
Oh my god. Jamie, would you run his hair between your legs?
Nope.
Ooh, whoa.
I think his Trans Am driving buddy is cuter than he is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I could see that. The pretty boy type.
Yeah, I am not a fan of Sam Whitemoon. I never understood it. Not then, not now. I don't get it.
You don't get it.
No, I like him as a villain, sure, but I don't understand how, he's just like, oh, one look at this face and they'll have to put me in the movies.
You're
like,
be in Hollywood, man.
I don't think so.
What about the hair? Does the hair do anything for you, or is that a turn off?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
So you don't like any man with hair? Like, what about, like, I don't know, Ian Astbury from The Cult?
What about Marilyn Manson in 1996?
No. There's one man that I can recall that I ever allowed to have long hair, and that was Anthony Kiedis.
Would you let him rub his hair between your legs?
Oh, sure.
Not Sam?
So the right hair. That's what we were trying to get at.
As a rule, I'm not a fan of long hair.
Right.
What if Brian decided to grow his hair long?
He used to have long hair.
I believe it. He probably had a mullet at one time, too.
He did. No, he never.
I did for a very short time.
He did used to have long hair though when he was younger, and But now I can't picture it. Like, I've seen pictures of him when he was young, and it looked fine, but now I can't picture it.
Wait a minute. You just can't come in here.
Shut up, White Ice. Just shut the fuck up. Or else I'll have to shove something into your mouth to keep you quiet.
Hey, Sam, why don't we shove this in his mouth?
No! Shove this in his mouth! Eat big!
You're disgusting. Sam Whitemoon, you're a disgrace to you.
I said shut up, old man.
Your Uncle Benjamin was just here. He's one of the best men I know. Hard to believe the same blood flows in your veins.
I guess you don't hear so good, shitface.
I said shut up!
We're just here to do a little shopping, that's all. We didn't get everything we needed last time we were in. You asked us to leave. Remember, old man?
You were stealing things.
We're stealing things now. Why don't you ask us to leave? Prune face.
Yeah, why don't you run us out of town, Sheriff?
Ask us nice. Say please. Pretty please with sugar on it. Nah.
Like I said, the guy just died, so I hate bashing his character. But, like, what is with the store owner saying, your uncle's one of the finest men I know. You're disgusting to think that the same blood flows through your disgusting veins. Why would you talk like that to a guy holding a shotgun?
Right.
who clearly is not a pillar of society.
I think he didn't expect him to actually shoot. I mean, and honestly, when he does shoot him, it is an accident.
Yeah.
I guess. No, not him. It's
the lady, the wife.
Well, yeah. Okay, yeah, when he shoots him, it's on purpose. But when he shoots his wife, it's an accident. And I don't think he expected it. I figured he thought he was all bite, no bark. All bark, no bite.
All bark.
That, you know,
he's Clive Barker.
He was just being a disrespectful kid, you know. I don't think he expected him to actually follow through with any of his threats.
I'm with you. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, when he shot Rodney, that was definitely an accident.
Rodney?
It took me a minute because I was like, Rodney. Oh, yeah, Rodney.
Oh, yeah, his wife looks like Rodney Dangerfield. I forgot.
I almost called her Rodney Queen. And then I was like, oh, it's so funny because she's like Rodney Queen. But then I'm like, no, he's not talking about Rodney King. He's talking about Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, I wish I could beat her like Rodney King. So he goes, so Sam Whitemoon. Now, the amazing thing about him, if you're wondering why anybody would be obsessed with this guy, it's his lines and the ridiculousness of all of it. This is so bad it's good. That, I will admit that this segment, if anybody's trying to, like, throw quality to the mix here, I don't know if it's good quality. I really don't. I'm not aware of it that way. To me...
It's nostalgia, right?
I always enjoyed it. I genuinely think this is good. But in some way, it's so 80s, and this is not technically high quality. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, it does. And I'll tell you, it was a long time before I even liked this segment. When the movie first came out, and for years after, I thought it was boring. And I would just watch it and wait for it to get to the next part. And now, though, I have grown to have an appreciation for it, and I do actually enjoy it. But it took a while.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the reason we do, this guy is amazing. This Sam Whitemoon, these lines he has, it is really great. You couldn't write something like this. But
apparently you can.
All right, you can.
Somebody did. Maybe Romero, for that matter.
I think Stephen King. Did I say it earlier? He wrote.
Oh yeah, King did write it. Romero was involved.
Wrote the stories, but Romero wrote the screenplay.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, Romero.
Right.
Hey, there you go, buddy. Good job.
Could have been either or, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah, like one of the greatest lines ever is.
Is this all the cash you got?
That's all.
Empty your pockets.
Look, I haven't got it.
Empty your fucking pockets, asshole. Or I'm gonna ask my buddy here to bring me something off the hardware shelf that I can use to slice off your fingers.
Yeah.
How amazing! Like, and I love it. Everything about it is perfect.
Look at this. Look at this, sweetheart. Tell me this ain't a movie star. What, are you kidding? Hey, they gotta make me a movie star. Hey, as soon as they see this hair, they're gonna say, Sam, get over here. Get in front of these cameras. There's 100 million women out there just waiting to run that hair between their legs. Nine years it took me to grow this hair, man. I'm not just fucking around here. I'm going to Hollywood, man. And this hair is gonna get me paid and laid. Over here, lady. Over here, lady.
Over here, lady. Over here, lady.
Yeah, like you could do this forever. And
That was really good.
Over here, lady. It's so great because all the Skeleton Crew members on the Facebook group page, like Jared posted something about Creepshow 2, I posted the picture of Sam Whitemoon, and then everybody just started doing every line from him. Don't you understand this is catching on? I am a visionary. Do you understand that? I said this in 2012, goddammit, and now everybody can realize that Sam Whitemoon is amazing. I want full credit! I discovered this guy 30 years later, but I did it.
Yeah, Sam Whitemoon. We should have him on the show.
Oh, I tried already. I tried contacting him, but nothing. Wait, did I? Oh no, I didn't. I just found his actual real name by going on IMDb.
You know what to do, Alex? Let's continue what we did. You know how you fucked up and you forgot to put the Creepshow intro to last show? You put it here.
Right.
Okay. After we finish this, we can have Sam Whitemoon give us the introduction to the next show.
Yeah, because I did a Sam Whitemoon intro, and it was the empty your fucking pockets, asshole. Now he has another great line, and a lot of people might not even realize this is amazing, but it is because he's so obnoxious that it's amazing. He goes, "This thing work?" And he goes, "What?" And he takes his gun and clobbers some thing on the shelf, and he goes, "Boom! The photo machine doesn't work."
This thing work? What? The photo machine. Does it work?
Yes.
And he goes, "Yeah." I know it sounds so stupid, but when you watch it again, you're going to think it's amazing.
I'm with you. I do. You don't have to convince me. Maybe some of the listeners. Not me, though. Maybe Jamie. No, I think Jamie's on board, too.
Yeah, she realizes it.
Yeah.
Does this work? What? Boom! The photo machine doesn't work!
This thing work? What? The photo machine. Does it work?
Yeah.
It's so great.
Poor Ray is filling his Depends at that point.
Oh my God.
A fucking Firebird.
Yeah. Everything.
I love that.
Everything is amazing. And it took him 9 years to grow that hair. Now, Dave, you've grown your hair pretty long. It went down to your shoulder. You look like John Lennon at one point. How long do you think Sam Whitemoon is growing that hair? Do you believe him?
Do I believe 9 years? Yeah, I do. At his age, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Ask Jamie, though. Girls, they know a lot more about hair length and how fast it grows and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, 9. I buy that for that length. Yeah.
Would you guys agree that, let's just say Jamie, she doesn't like his hair very much. Would you say that the main problem is that he parts it down the middle? Would you say that's probably the thing throwing everything off here? Like, who does that?
Yeah, that's the look, though.
Is it? Who parts
What
their
else are you
hair?
going to do with
That's
it?
a native look.
Was he going to cut in some bangs? I mean, I don't understand what else he's going to do with it.
Like, but who that has long hair parts it down the middle?
Crystal Gale.
What? I think if Sam's hair was all pulled, why didn't he pull it back into a ponytail? Why didn't he part it on the side like Marilyn Manson? Like, why go down the middle?
That's the thing, I think.
How about like Opie, where he just combs it straight back?
I think that's the thing, though. I think that's a traditional Native American hairstyle. That's what I think it is.
Wow.
I don't know, Jamie. What do you think? I always say that when I'm about like historical facts and shit.
Yeah,
like
she
that.
seems to know these things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's okay.
I can tell you that Native Americans did have guns, though.
Yeah, I could too. Now I could. A few months ago, I had no idea.
Did you know my buddy here was rich? Well, his old man's rich. His old man bought my buddy here a Firebird, man. A fucking Firebird that's gonna fly us all to Hollywood, USA. And one more step and blam!
One more step and blam!
The one guy's annoying, though.
Who, Fat Stuff?
Yeah, when he's trying to act tough and he just...
Pretty please, with sugar on it.
Yeah, he annoys me like...
Why don't you run us out of town on a rail, Sheriff?
I like that. I like him. Yeah.
I like how he enters the room and he opens the beer can by just pushing it with his finger.
Loco!
Oh, how about that? The thing that was on everyone's television.
Yeah, they're all watching the same show.
Right, why would anyone be watching that?
I like that, though. That's great.
That's the only thing. They have really poor reception where they are. That's all they could get.
Loco Poncho.
That's true.
And how about that they say Poncho in there, and then the other guy in the next segment, his name is Poncho.
That's right.
Yeah, isn't that something? Yeah. Loco!
Yeah, and then the hitchhiker is wearing a poncho. I don't know if he is or not. I don't remember.
Could you imagine? It's like the ashtray for this one. There's no ashtray like there was in part 1 being passed around, so for Creepshow 2, it's a poncho. It shows up in all 3.
Yeah, maybe.
One way or the other.
We're going to Hollywood, man. Sam, I like how he's talking to himself while he's taking pictures of himself, too. That was great.
Yeah.
So he shoots his wife for no real reason.
Accidentally.
Think about this. He shoots her just because the guy was trying to not let the Fat Stuff steal his bag from him. Remember, he kept on like holding it over his head and behind his back, and just so Fat Stuff wouldn't grab it. Like, you're telling me you couldn't get that bag, dude? you're sitting there with apparently a 61-year-old man. Because this was 29 years ago. A 62-year-old man, and you couldn't get a bag out of his hand. I find that hard to believe.
He's worthless.
Yeah, he's worthless. Fat Stuff.
That's why he's a slave. You know? I gotta take
and sadly, the hitchhiker is not wearing a poncho. He's just wearing a regular raincoat.
I did post a picture.
Damn.
And clearly, OJ does not wear a raincoat. He has 2 kids.
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah, how about that? Hey, look, it fits.
He couldn't wear the poncho, you know?
The glove.
It didn't fit him.
Yeah, OJ doesn't wrap it with a glove. No glove, no love. So, okay, here's my big complaint. And here's the thing. I always try to convince... You ever watch something and you know it's wrong, but it's one of your favorite movies, so you try to convince yourself that this works? You ever do this? Here's a prime example, then you'll get what I mean more. These gunshots to this couple is ridiculous. It's almost like a non-gunshot. Nothing actually comes out of the gun. Nothing actually explodes in their bodies. You just eventually, their clothes seem to absorb this buckshot of blood in their bodies. Do you know what I mean? Have you watched this that closely, or is it just me? Because I'm obsessed with Sam Whitemoon.
I don't know that I have.
Really? When he shoots Martha, there's not even a hole in the side of her dress. It's just nothing.
Isn't there something? There's blood. There's something, no?
It just starts eventually soaking up with a buckshot of blood.
Okay. I guess it seemed like enough.
Move, lady, or I'm gonna blow off your old man's agobishis.
Wow, and fucking Howard Burger's on the set.
Burger.
They got a fucking effects guy. What the fuck? Yeah, that's crazy.
Nothing. It's amazing. It's horrible.
Huh. I do like the way she falls, though, I'll tell you that.
On the sack of potatoes or something?
No. Her style, how she falls slow, that dramatic fucking collapse.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, yeah, I like the way that scene, how at first she's, paralyzed after the shot, and the way that whole scene plays out, I love it. And the way George looks when he's walking towards her, he looks so fucking helpless, and he almost looks like a baby in diapers learning to walk. He's like waddling. You feel bad for him because he completely was fucking still in love with his wife. After all this time.
Even though she looked morphed into Ronnie Dane, he probably thought she was hilarious.
She don't get no respect now.
He's like, hey, Martha, can you take off that green dress? Any more pockets? You look like a pool table.
I don't think this is cheesy at all. I feel nostalgia for this.
Yeah?
Because I saw it at the movies, so I remember that. And so I was always into this episode.
I love you.
Hey.
Fat Stuff pukes at the sight of these murders because he thinks he's a tough guy, but he really has never gotten down like that. Sam White Moon just went hardcore. Shit just got real. He just murdered Rodney Dangerfield and her husband. It is unbelievable to him, and he throws up, and then he goes,
"Let's go, Fat Stuff. We got some money that needs spending."
Holy shit. Holy Jesus. I've never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah? Well, now you've seen it. Now you're gonna forget it.
Well, now you've seen it. And now you're gonna forget it. How could you not love everything about this guy?
I'm with you there.
Now you've seen it, and now you're gonna forget it. Amazing. And he's like, and just like Dave said earlier, he's like, I need my slave with me wherever I go.
I'm going to Hollywood, Fats.
Hollywood? You mean all of us? Me too?
I wouldn't leave you behind, Fat Stuff. Shit, man. I gotta have my slave with me wherever I go.
Hollywood.
And it's so funny that when he says that to Fat Stuff, because he goes, Hollywood, he goes, yeah, we're going to Hollywood, man. And he goes, me too. And he goes, of course you too, man. I have my slave with me wherever I go. And you would think that Fat Stuff would be like, that's how you think of me? Or something. Right. Fat Stuff is not even fazed by him saying that. He just looks around and goes, Hollywood. And then he goes back out and goes outside to get in the car.
Yep.
He doesn't even care that somebody just said, you're only around because you're my slave.
That's all he has in life. It's his ticket out.
Right. So look at his existence, especially when you go back to where he lives.
Right,
It's not like he has a whole lot to look forward to. And do you think he's got a chick? Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. He has no reason. He has nothing tying him down. I don't think his boss will be calling him Monday.
You can't even feel sorry for him either. You want to. Ordinarily, if someone said that, I gotta have my slave with me everywhere I go. Human nature makes you want to feel sorry for that person, but because this guy is such a fucking
dirtbag, yeah, you don't even care.
Yeah, I bet he was the kind of kid who would get a job as a paper boy and just throw away the inserts.
Oh, that's fucking low, Jamie. Oh, damn.
I bet if Dave was not married, his life would not be far from Fat Stuff. Something tells me that it would be almost identical. But only by choice, of course, because that's how Dave rolls.
Yeah, that's right.
You would totally do that by choice, which is this part I'm still trying to figure out.
I know.
So as Sam just delivers more and more amazing lines as he leaves the store, and he shoots Chief Woodenhead, which really pisses him off. Not only did you kill his master, but now you shot me. And he's like...
No pussy-ass red men, isn't that what he says?
Yeah. And no pussy-ass red men either.
We're out of here, man. We're out of here for good. No more of this bullshit, man. No more eating dust for a living. There ain't no dust in Hollywood, man.
And there ain't no fucking tribe of Tom and wimpy-ass red men, neither.
It just doesn't get any better. And that was another line that people quoted on our Facebook. Like, everybody knows this stuff because it's amazing. So now the Chief Woodenhead gets shot. Essentially, he comes to life. He just gets off of his wooden thing he's on or whatever. And then he puts paint on his eyes, I think. Mm-hmm. And then he just screams like, he sounds like a train, like a choo-choo train. Like, like, I don't even know what that was, that whole scream he did.
I think it's kind of chilling.
It is. I was going to say, it's scary. Yeah.
It is. Now,
that is, and the other guy when he gets killed is.
Well, well, before you even get there, this is more debated than Friday the 13th Part 2 with how did Jason find Alice? Now, how did Chief Woodenhead know where all three of these guys live? How could he have possibly found them all?
I mean, it's clearly supernatural, so there you go. Magic.
Because Freddy...
Right.
Yes. Oh, how about the Indian? He's like... It looks like he's scared. It looks like his response is half scared, half fucking anger. He's like...
I know.
The noise he makes.
Can't get a read on him. Wait, why do you think they hang out with Sam Whitemoon?
He's cool. He's got swagger, man.
Right, but do you think eventually they'd be like, I thought Sam was cool, but he's just like crazy, man. Like, I don't want to hang out with him anymore. And do you think Sam basically forces them to hang out with him?
Maybe. I mean, they probably don't have a whole lot of option. There doesn't seem to be a lot of people in this town. Fat Stuff clearly has low self-esteem. And maybe the rich kid, I don't know, maybe he doesn't have a lot of friends because people resent him. Or maybe he's a dick, and Sam's the only person who'll hang out with him because Sam clearly latches onto him because he has money.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, Fat Stuff, we joked about it with Dave. That would be where he lives. But you know what? That trailer, there is a coziness to it. There's that dirty 80s coziness to a guy just like walking around, crushing a beer can, just throwing it in front of his trailer because, it doesn't look bad enough.
Reminds me of that fat guy's house in Cujo.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like he's the mechanic's best friend, and he's like the fat guy. He's you guys wouldn't know. You guys ever watch Sheriff Lobo?
Logo!
Not Loco, Sheriff Lobo.
It is a cozy, nice life. You just sit on your little, lazy boy and watch TV.
Fuck yeah, if you're not going to get laid, you may as well just sit around and get wasted and do that shit.
Yeah, I do that now, and I still get laid. It's actually a great... I have like a whole world going on. It's really great.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's really the only way to go. So, here's what really baffles me about Fat Stuff. He's supposed to be getting, rushing around the house, packing, because they're going to Hollywood. You would think there's a slight sense of urgency. But, no.
What does he have to take?
I don't know, but something.
You can't take his house. Yeah, you only take what's on his back.
He's got some empty beer cans, some fucking dirty dishes.
Porno magazine, a jar of mustard.
That nudie pic that they keep showing that's of the chick. That's it. That's all he's got. And a little shitty TV.
So you think that...
And a greasy chair.
So you think this was actually accurate? That is what he would be doing?
I think he probably went home, looked around and said, yep. And then said, well, I guess I'll watch some TV.
Kill some time before they get here.
I don't think he was in any hurry because he reluctantly was going.
May as well finish this shit I've got in the refrigerator, whatever the fuck it is, because I don't want it to go bad.
Yeah. Can you imagine the beer he was drinking? Holy shit.
Fucking mildew, Old Milwaukee.
Now, how about this? This might be looking a little too far into this. Rich boy wouldn't be rich after he left. His parents are rich.
Right.
So
You're
what
right.
the hell good is he at that point?
He has a car. That's it.
That's it, huh?
Wheels, man. Don't you remember what it was like when you were that age? How if somebody had wheels, they had friends. If people took the ride with the biggest losers, they wouldn't give a fuck. The hottest young girls would ride with the biggest fucking douchebag as long as he was fucking older and had a car. That's what it's about.
Sam
you got a
White
car,
Moon
you
was.
people.
Yeah, you're right. Sam White Moon was actually 24 years old when all this happened. So at 24 years old, I guess Sam didn't have much going for him, technically.
No, he was living on a broke fucking reservation.
Right.
Think about it. They were so poor they couldn't fucking pay anybody. You saw how Loco lives.
They give people what turquoise, James?
Loco, I mean,
Yes,
bad stuff. Yeah, turquoise.
Turquoise jewelry.
Yeah, fucking trinkets.
How could this idiot think? How could Ray Spruce think that he's getting a good deal out of this?
What's he gonna do? Put it on fucking eBay after 2 years? Who's gonna buy it?
Nobody would buy it. It's worthless.
There's no Craigslist. What the fuck?
Y'all, no, you take it to a collector, to a jeweler. I'm telling you, this shit is expensive.
No.
Okay.
I promise. I promise.
Yeah, you're right. Jewelers. Yeah, if it's good shit. Yeah, if it's good, then yeah, they could sell it.
So Fat Stuff hanging out, knocking back some brews his last night in wherever they are before he goes to Hollywood, and he gets shot with arrows while he's just sitting there watching TV, and like the arrow goes through his beer can in his hand, and then it goes through something else, I forgot, and then it goes through his head.
Yeah, that's cool.
You don't have to see too much. What you see is enough. And I think even the shot... This is another weird thing. I wonder if this movie was like PG. Much like the bullshit gunshot, I don't think you see these arrows actually penetrate his body. You sort of hear them while they're showing other parts of the room. And then you just hear like... And then they show him afterwards. And then you see the beer can like foaming. And even the headshot is not on screen. So I think that's very odd. But we could appreciate it as artistic, I suppose. But, it's... I don't know,
I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't think anyone examines that too much.
Not in this movie.
But yeah, like we said, they're all watching Loco and Poncho continuously. The parents, him. Even Sam White Moon, oddly enough, is watching this. So the Firebird gets destroyed. Andy comes out to his amazing car, and he gets an axe into his head. And that's how he dies. But again, it's only the shadow of it happening. I don't know what's going on here. Like, what the fuck is happening with this movie? What rating is this? Can we find out?
It's R. It's rated R. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, I saw this. Fucking when it came to the show.
Yeah, it's rated R.
Yeah.
Why are we not seeing anything?
I don't know, but I remember being at the theater and thinking about it, even saying,
Yeah.
The last one had more.
I think that could have been a budgetary thing. You show the shadow, then you don't have to... I don't know, that's just a theory.
Yeah, I believe you. I don't... But, yeah, maybe it was all money.
Maybe. I don't know. It's a shame, though, considering...
I know.
They're following up a fucking...
And you don't even see what we're about to say next. Sam White Moon. This thing is in his house.
Also, think about when this was. This was 1987. Yes, it was rated R, but rated R was very different in 1987 than it is now. Think about all the slasher films that came around in like 87. Think about the Friday the 13th around that time and how neutered they were.
Part 7 was totally neutered.
Exactly. So it was a very different time. So rated R didn't mean then what it means now.
It's weird. I just said Sam White Moon, and at the same exact time, Jared posted something in the Skeleton Crew page, and his picture came up. His thing is Sam White Moon.
That's funny.
Saying there ain't no dust in Hollywood or something like that.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Yeah, you know what? It's true. This 87, the MPAA was having a field day.
Yeah.
That's true. That was the time, unfortunately. So that could be the reason, quite simply.
Yeah, see, we really got to use our imaginations for this segment. Sam White Moon, not much happens. He sees the Indian, runs around, hangs out, runs into the bathroom.
You can't be real.
Yeah, you don't believe he's real. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
You're not real.
But, he's not real, but he's still going to run away from him. Instead of just trying to touch and see if his hand goes through him or something. Sam runs into the bathroom and gets... It's a pretty cool thing. He's trying to go through the window, and the thing punches through the wall, grabs him by his classic long hair, and scalps him.
Yeah, while they play the psycho music.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, isn't that funny? But that scream is scary. also. And it fades. Oh.
Did Indians really scalp people?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does this entail exactly? Does this mean that they grabbed you by your hair and like ran a knife over your hair and cut it all off? Or did they actually stab into your head and ring around your hairline and peel the skin off your skull?
It was very brutal. I mean,
that sounds horrible.
We're talking, yeah. I mean, we're talking like using a stone tomahawk. The top of your head would come off with it frequently. It wasn't as easy as just peeling the skin off. Like they would take off the top of your head, like just
So you'd pretty much die if you.
Not pretty much. You're fucking dead. It was an extremely brutal way to die.
So they basically chopped the top of your head off at an angle, seemingly trying to get your hair off, but you would have...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was just by any means necessary. Pretty much, I'm getting this. And, there were times when I think there were actually, I want to say I've heard a story about someone who survived a scalping. What happened was they did just...
That's weird. I just typed in scalping and it said scalping survivors.
Yeah, ooh.
Damn, look at this. Holy shit.
No thanks.
I mean, so you can, because there are times when this, when they would just take the skin, but a lot of times they would take the top of the head. I mean, just the top of your scalp. I mean, the top of your skull. Just.
The top of your skull went with it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'll tell you, the old man knew that fucking Sam White Moon was scalped. He saw that shit.
How about that? So the old guy who gave the jewels to this guy, he wakes up with them in his hands, and he don't go, "What the fuck? You dishonored us." He don't say that. He just, nothing. And he just gets up and he goes to the place. I guess he's going to say, "Hey, why'd you give my stuff back?" I don't know. He didn't seem that upset about it.
No, he was happy. Shit.
Yeah. He drives back there, and he doesn't even bother to go in the store. He just looks at Chief Woodenhead, sees hair, random hair, to his knowledge, and then just, says something to him, like, "Ahoy, Chief Woodenhead," whatever. And then he just leaves. No investigation, not even curious as the gunshots through the windows or anything like that.
He don't give a fuck. He fucking has his jewels back.
And why go there if you're not going to look for your buddy?
Yeah, that's weird. It's because my theory might be right. He hired Sam White Moon to do it. So as soon as he saw that hair, he fucking knew, because Sam was famous for that hair. So he saw that hair and he knew that it was Sam, and he's like, "Oh, wow. Looks like the plan got foiled. Then I got my jewels back. All right."
No, it's weird to me that Sam put so much stock into his hair. It seems to me that, like, when I think of Indians from the old days, they all have that hair. Like, I don't think there's anything unique about Sam White Moon's hair. Right? Like, when you picture Indians, don't they all sort of look like that?
Once upon a time, yeah.
Okay, so why would he go to Hollywood out of all of them?
I don't know. I guess he's the only one that has nice hair. Everybody else cut their hair.
Oh, no. Maybe he's the only one who wanted to. I don't know. I mean...
Yeah, they're like, "I don't want to go to Hollywood." So the wraparound story is Billy gets a Venus flytrap in a mail order or something.
Oh, wait, aren't we grading the segments? Or are I not doing that this time? Okay.
Oh, yes, we'll grade this. Absolutely. All right, guys, so now we're going to... I think this one's called Chief Woodenhead. How do you guys rate? Okay, let's start doing this gimmicky shit. How many bones out of 5 do you give old Chief Woodenhead?
Chief Woodenhead. Okay, I'll say it then. 4 bones. 4 bones.
Right.
Yeah.
I will agree with that.
Wow.
All right.
You guys are awesome.
I really like this one.
Yeah. I can't say I don't love this. I really, I do have those problems with the MPAA, once again, my worst enemies in the world, who tell me what to think and what to see. Fuck you. Those scumbags.
Yeah, fuck them in the PMRC.
They just needed to get laid.
And the OBGYN, too. Assholes.
I told me I ought to get laid. That's Billy. Wrong Creepshow. Sorry.
Yeah, Billy. He had to get laid.
Wow, Billy. There was a girl named Billy. Yeah, they're all about Billy. Billy's the name in horror, huh?
Wait, what was it people were complaining to me about that I nitpicked? Oh, why the creature would be alive in the crate? That is so nitpicky. Do you really think so?
I told you.
Do you realize we have to come up with things to talk about? Like, is it really that like odd to you that I wondered how something would live in a box for, what did I say, 150 years? Yes, in a comic book, yeah, I guess you wouldn't wonder these things. But now that you're putting it to film with real live people, it raises questions.
That's right. It's like, how the chief wouldn't have nowhere to go to find those guys, like you said. I had no answer.
Yeah, well, guys, we have to fill time here. You have to understand that.
I think we're doing a pretty good job of that lately.
We already spent 2 hours on a 23-minute segment.
Well, she wouldn't have.
We literally somehow talked about this more than, like, about 8 times as long as it is.
I guess you're enjoying yourself, Alex.
I am. I hope this plays well to people. I know it doesn't play well to Jamie because she's actually posting on the Skeleton Crew right now. On the group.
Relevant things.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, listen. That's fine, Jamie.
At least it's the Skeleton Crew, right?
Yeah. I mean, she's still in tune with what's happening here. Hold on. I have to respond to this email.
I don't know which one of you two is worse.
So, yeah. I gotta say I love this one. I really do. Yeah, I have those...
How would you know I was doing that if you weren't paying attention?
Because I'm still looking at a computer. I do need to use Skype. Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 5. I mean, maybe I could say 4.5 out of 5 just to be truly accurate because I really... the kills and the fake gunshots and stuff like that sort of bothers me, but I really do love everything else.
So wait, what did you give it?
4.5 out of 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Only because of that. I mean, I do love it, but...
Sounds about right.
It would have been more perfect if you could really get better effects.
Mm-hmm.
Still here, kiddies? Well, if old Chief Woodenhead didn't drive you away, you might enjoy this next splintering tale, whittled from the same wormwood. It's a splashy little ditty about some people who are left stranded without a paddle on a sea of blood. This bubbly bonbon is titled The Raft.
I feel the need for weed. That's the joint. Oh.
The second story is The Raft. This is a unique tale. One that you couldn't even... It's almost as if it's just real. And you couldn't even come up with something like this because the logistic is, let's drive really far away from where we live. I think they even mentioned how long they were driving, and it was an extremely long amount of time. Let's drive 2 or 3 hours to go to a lake and stand or sit on a raft made out of wood. What would possibly be the appeal here? I can't even begin to imagine why I would ever do this.
Have you never... I mean, basically, they're spending the day there. That's, spending the day at the lake. Haven't
they're
you done
parking.
That?
Yeah.
Right.
They just want a place to fucking get high and hopefully get laid. That's it. They just want to park somewhere and fucking party. And I guess I heard about this place where there's a raft in the middle of the fucking water. Let's go and swim out to it. I don't know. They're kids. Shit, don't you wish it was that
Did
simple?
you notice also that she's wearing a Horlicks University sweatshirt?
Yes. That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little tie-in. And did you guys notice that? Remember the comic book in the beginning when they show it, the Creepshow comic book?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what that is? It's the part 1. It's the fucking little boy giving the fuck.
Really?
It's the last shot of Creepshow 1 when he's like, want another shot, Dad? And he's putting the fucking thing, the needle and the voodoo doll, and it turns into the fucking comic book, and the movie ends. That's what this comic book actually is in this movie.
So they're going in water that seems to be right about to freeze. And it's 45 to 50 degrees. And if you jump in this water, your heart might stop. Is what Pancho tells everybody.
Right.
Is that true? Because what about the polar bears and stuff like that? How come like 100 guys could run into freezing water and none of them die?
I don't know.
Every time he says that, I think of the polar bears. You know what those are, right?
Yeah, well, that's polar bears. They're built for that shit.
No, he means the people who dive into ice, like icy water.
Sorry.
The club, the polar bear club, is what he's referring to.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I spaced out for a second. My bad. Okay.
You know, they got fur.
They're mammals.
Well, so are we.
I know, but they're thick-skinned mammals.
Jamie has pretty thick skin.
You have to hang around.
Yeah.
I have another fascination. You know, I know this is getting weird because they're both guys, but I'm almost as fascinated with Rick as I am with Sam Whitemoon. Here, I don't even know his name. Is it Rick? Randy.
Wait,
Randy, Rachel. Oh, Deke. Deke?
Deke?
Yeah, Deke.
That's weird.
He's a fucking Deke.
I'm almost as fascinated with Deke as I am Sam Whitemoon.
What is it then, Randy? I mean, what is it?
I don't know.
I can't get worried about it, man. I mean, no matter how hard I try, I just can't get worried about it. You know what I mean? Besides, Pancho, I don't believe in oil slicks, man. I only believe in what I can smell and taste and touch.
Jamie, now, would you let him... Let's see, what reference did he make in this episode? Whatever he said, would you do that with him?
No. He's a jerk.
What?
He's not... No, I'm just not attracted to that kind of guy. You know, he's...
Really?
Yeah,
he's
dude.
kind of an ass.
Right, it's like Johnny from the Karate Kid or something.
Oh, and I actually thought Johnny was hot.
But, that's crazy, but he's a bigger dick than this guy.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know. There was something... Maybe it was that skeleton costume. I don't know. But no, I mean, he's an okay looking... Like, he's a good looking guy, but I've never liked men that were overly muscular, or super cut. Yeah, baby, except for Brian. And I just don't like assholes, you know, and this guy is a dick. So, yeah, and it's a turnoff. It's a huge turnoff. Like, I don't even care what you look like. If you have that kind of attitude, then I'm not interested. I never have been, even as a kid.
But how could you like Johnny? That means
I don't know. There's something about him.
Saddam Hussein, you know, he's an asshole. He's an asshole, but that Adolf Hitler, you know what? I would have done him. What the fuck?
Well, he could offer like a mustache ride, I guess. Yeah. Well, so could Saddam Hussein. So, huh?
So
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Johnny, but something about Johnny let me. Yeah, was. Yeah. But anyway, Deke, no, I never thought he was... to be honest, I always thought Randy was kind of cute.
Oh my God, you like Poncho?
I was expecting her to say...
he was a sweet guy, except for when he started, raping her.
That was so funny. Wait a minute. Here's the thing. I'm not into that either. That's, I don't think anybody who's, a huge horror fan is part of the jock brigade in high school. None of us are really jocks in that way. But me and Dave love football, and there's a lot of people like Neil Leomi and all these other, and Jason Lloyd. We all love football and stuff like that. And we would like to play, I'm sure, So I guess we are jocks at heart or something. But we wouldn't be douchebags if we were. But here's the thing. Something about Deke is incredible. He's so charismatic and looks like... he'd be the greatest guy to ever hang out with in the summertime and do exactly sort of what they were doing. I actually would never do what they were doing, but just to hang out with him at the beach and stuff, it seems like the greatest thing in the world. Am I crazy? I think he's amazing.
He's charismatic. I'll give you that.
He does have a winning smile. And I'll say this. If I were to pass him in the hallway at school... I would probably think he was pretty hot.
Okay.
And then once I started talking to him, it would completely turn me off.
That's mucho illogical.
Mucho illogical.
Mucho illogical, Pancho. Mucho illogical.
Oh, mucho ecological, Poncho. Mucho ecological.
Yeah, to me, he looks like a blonde Christopher Reeves.
I said the same thing.
Wow.
Really?
Yes, when we were watching this, I said the same thing.
Wow.
I was going to say it again, but you beat me to it.
Does he look like the kind of Christopher Reeves who would say, I never seen garbage eat garbage?
Yeah.
Or does he look like the...
Or the one at the end in the wheelchair.
Yeah, does he look like he's in a wheelchair?
Doesn't that girl look like Carrie?
So...
Seriously, don't you guys think that? Doesn't she remind you of fucking like a Carrie movie? She could be fucking like another Carrie.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, it's weird.
What?
I mean, Sissy Spacek.
Sigourney Weaver.
But how about this? Let's get back to Deke, my man.
Fuck.
He's a jock, great character. He just seems like the coolest guy to hang out with.
Are you touching yourself right now?
I am, as I say this. He has a hot chick. He has a cool car. Good music. He gets high. He hangs out with nerds. So that means any of us could hang out with him at this point. You know, like he'll hang out with cool people and nerds. So we're somewhere in the middle. So we will definitely be in that car if push comes to shove.
Oh, he's a pothead. He's cool. I already got a bond with him. The need for weed. He's cool.
I like his fun energy. I love how everything's like one of his greatest lines ever.
Oh, I try, but I just can't. Yeah.
No matter how hard
I just can't get worried about it.
I just can't get worried about it. It's great.
I can't get worried about it, man. I mean, no matter how hard I try, I just can't get worried about it. You know what I mean?
That is the kind of person I would love to be and hang out with at the same time.
He reminds me of a friend of mine, actually.
How about this? Like, they get out of the water that's freezing, and they have no towels at all. They just got to stand out in the open air, which is 100,000 times colder than the water. Because we all know that, and they just got to stand there shivering until they dry off naturally.
Maybe the towels were in the trunk.
Yeah, but that doesn't do them any good when they're on the.
Right.
And then
somebody would say, well, dumbass, how could they get them there? But we all saw that Deke found a way to get his weed over there, and that was dry.
Well, that's the answer. They were high. They wouldn't give a fuck. They just wanted them. Wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. Did you say weed went through the water?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he had it wrapped up in the bag, and he put it down his trunks.
Oh, intentionally to keep it dry.
Now, Jamie, would you go down and get that weed?
It's weed, yes.
Yeah, fuck, I go down and get that weed if I had to.
Hey, Deke, look, I know I've already sounded gay for you, but I'm going to do something right here. Because this raft can get pretty boring in about 10 minutes.
Fuck yeah.
So, a floating garbage bag starts coming after them.
Yeah, it is a garbage bag at first.
He says, I don't believe in oil slicks, Pancho. How do you not believe in oil? He goes, oh, Jamie, that's it. When he said, I don't believe what I can smell, taste, and touch. They're going to tell me that didn't turn you on. You wouldn't be with him when he did that.
No, I don't know. Do you know me?
All right.
Have we met?
Yeah, but he's still trying to sell. It's like
I have always been turned on by the intellectuals. Seriously, for what, like Alex P. Keaton, huge crush on Alex P. Keaton when I was growing up. I loved guys in suits. Like The Firm was like porn to me. It just, that's just always been my.
That's
thing.
mucho illogical. So, was the ugly chick Pancho's girlfriend? Could you get a read on this? Because
that's what I thought.
I've seen this like 50 times, and I don't know.
I totally think so.
I don't know. I wouldn't know if I'd classify them as like boyfriend, girlfriend. It seemed to me like she was kind of new to the group. Like she didn't really know them all that well. And she clearly had like a crush on Deke. Like, did you watch her?
Look at him. You're right.
The way she was looking at him. Like she had a thing for Deke. You could tell.
Wow. I have a thing for Deke. Deke.
Well, I also can't get with a guy who wears bathing trunks like that. I mean, yeah.
Give him a break. It's 1987.
I don't care. I just.
But every guy would be wearing it. Brian would be wearing those in those days.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
No, he's always been a what do you call it?
They don't sell that stuff back then.
Yes, they did.
Otherwise, you want to be the loser of the group? He wants to fit in with everybody else. You got to wear those tighties.
No.
I'm telling you.
I never knew a real life man who wore those ever. Unless he was like 70 years old. For some reason, really old men like wearing those. I don't know why. Maybe it keeps their balls up where they belong.
They try. You know, they actually pass out Viagra to the old men in nursing homes to keep them from rolling out of bed.
They just have to beat the old women away with a stick.
Yeah, so you can beat them off.
Harass them at night.
So the nerd girl gets pulled into this thing. What do we call this blob?
Well, you know what this is.
Do you know?
No.
Is this real?
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah,
no.
it exists.
But I was just going to say it's very
Lovecraftian.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't ruin my favorite segment.
Okay, well, for one, that is not uncommon in Stephen King's work. Stephen King is a huge Lovecraft fan, just like John Carpenter is. So, I mean, those themes frequently pop up. But, this is something that is, timeless. Like, you really have no idea what it is. You don't know where it came from. You don't know how long it's been there. This is something that is not of our natural... I mean, we don't know what it is. They don't know what it is. It's like, this is not something that anyone has ever really seen before. It's just some kind of weird monster.
Can we get Brian back on the show?
Yeah, like right now?
Well, it's not of this world. It's simple enough.
Well, I have garbage bags under my sink. I think it's from this world. All right. So the nerd girl was pulled in. It was actually pretty iconic. I gotta admit, the way her arm stuck out and the way.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It is really cool.
They're all cool kills in this one. No doubt about it.
You know what gets me is when she says it hurts.
Yeah.
Dude. Whenever anybody is in any movie, whenever
any
anyone
slimy thing, and they say it hurts.
Yeah, whenever anyone says something hurts when they're being attacked by, for some reason that just really strikes me, and
it resonates with it.
It does. It does.
Me too. Oh.
Like in the beginning of Jaws, when Chrissy's getting attacked, and she's like, "Oh God, it hurts! It hurts!" To me, it just adds that much more realism to it.
He's killing me.
He just swallowed my leg. Okay, this is getting weird. I got a big question. Does Annie Lansing, does she throw up after she hits the hitchhiker in the next segment? Because that would make 3 for 3.
I don't think so.
Poncho throws up, just like the fat stuff.
What?
Yeah,
Does he?
He throws up after he sees Rachel get pulled into the water.
Wow.
So that's the second guy in this movie now to throw up at the sight of what's happening. How about Jamie? Now this had to turn you on. I got wet when the one girl. Oh no, her name is Rachel, the cool girl. When she was crying about this girl getting eaten by this thing, and then Deke comes over and he goes,
Deke, it ain't Rachel!
Shut up! You think you can swim past it, Randy?
No!
Listen, stop it, Laverne. I swear to God, I'm gonna smoke you. I mean it. I'm not kidding.
Oh, yeah.
He tells her, I'm gonna smoke you.
What an asshole.
See, that right there is an example of how he is a dick. Instead of coming to her aid and comforting her and being, because in a situation like that, goddamn, you just want somebody to wrap his arms around you and I don't know. I mean, just
all he was concerned about was being annoyed.
And exactly. I mean, not only is he not consoling her, but he threatens her with bodily harm. I mean, that is not. It's not a very caring guy.
I swear to God, I'm going to smoke you.
I don't think he's smoking weed at all.
That's the kind of guy that will never sleep in the wet spot.
Aww.
Or always sleep in the wet spot. No?
And how about this?
Do I have it backwards? Sleeping in the wet spot's bad, right?
Yeah.
How about Deke at one point... I forgot where this thing is. I forgot where the floating garbage bag is, but at one point Deke goes to make a run for it. He goes, I can beat this thing. I know I can beat it. And it actually looked like he could have. But did you... And you know, it was so unrealistic because it only takes 0.2 seconds for him to like take a couple steps and leap off. But somehow Rachel grabbed him from jumping off and stopped him. And because she stopped him and said, no, don't go, blah, blah. Because of that, he was standing there, and all of a sudden this thing grabs him from underneath the raft and begins to pull this guy in. And this was one of the most heartbreaking deaths, I think, in a horror film. To see one of the coolest, nicest, thoughtful guys just get pulled under that raft like that. You couldn't be a more fun, cheerful guy who just brings everyone's spirits up when you hang out with him. And that's what he is. And to see him get pulled under the raft like that, and the saddest part ever was to see his glass ring between those two
I
boards.
thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, that was cool.
One thing I think about whenever he gets killed is how that splintered wood must be ripping his skin apart when he's being dragged in the hole.
Oh.
I mean, it's just shredding through although we don't see that. But you imagine, like if your leg is being dragged down, because his leg was bent up, and it's being dragged by this splintered wood. I mean, it's just cutting gashes all in him. I mean, that just, to me, just looks very painful, the whole fucking thing.
It's horrible.
Although I don't understand how his hand gets to the point where...
It would be between two boards.
It would be between two boards.
Okay, Jamie, you just ruined that for me.
You finished it for me, which means you have thought about it.
I guess I have, but I forgot how it would get between them. But like how? Oh my god!
I don't know, but they should have swam those fuckers.
Jamie just broke this whole thing wide open.
Wait, she told you what you already knew.
I knew it happened, but I forgot to wonder how. I don't believe this. How did his hand get there?
I can't even think that far.
Oh, I got it. Maybe he was pulled into the big section, and then he went to reach.
Yeah, like his hand slid down between the boards, and we just saw the part. Yeah, we didn't see that happen. We just saw it farther down. Does that make any sense?
And that's how his ring ended up there. Okay.
Well,
yeah, I mean, I'm going to give him the benefit of that doubt, but that is something that has bothered me since I was a kid.
You know what's bothered me since I was a kid? Is fucking...
Psoriasis?
That too. But,
Psoriasis. I don't even know where that came from.
That's funny, though. That's a good one to pull out of your ass, That's good. Psoriasis? No, how come that chick all of a sudden can't swim? When they're fucking... Remember, she gets real slow and it's all dramatic? She's going along just fine at a regular pace. Then all of a sudden they get real dramatic. I'm not going to make it. That thing's getting closer to you. All of a sudden I can't swim. Well, she doesn't say that, but she's moving around like she suddenly can't swim.
Come on, Rachel!
Damn. And why didn't they both swim away? Not just him. When he tried to fucking run and jump off that raft and the girl stopped him, they both should have fucking booked it. That thing was busy fucking... chomping up that chick.
Yeah.
They should have been gone right. If that was me, there'd be no hesitation.
Yeah, once she was chomped up, you would have left.
Yeah, that was dumb.
And she's telling him it hurts. That's my cue again. Get the fuck out.
Wow, I bet they all would have survived.
They should have. They really should have.
Well, except maybe not Rachel, because she struck me as the kind of chick who would have just frozen. Like she would have just been standing there on the thing, and they the two guys would have jumped off and went, and they'd been gone, and she would have been standing there going Deke, rah! In which case, I always want to call. Oh wait, Laverne, was her name Laverne?
Oh, Laverne, yeah.
Yeah, it is Laverne.
Okay.
Lavoine.
Because
Laverne.
She always reminded me of Laverne, which I thought was funny. She looks like a Laverne to me.
Oh, I thought you meant Laverne, the real one from fucking Laverne and Shirley. I'm like,
I do.
What?
She does.
That girl reminds you of Laverne.
Yeah.
The dark-haired girl, the hot one?
Yeah. She looks like a Laverne to me.
Not Laverne from Laverne and Shirley, though.
Yes.
What?
Penny
What's her
Marshall.
name? Penny? Yeah.
Penny Marshall, yes.
What the fuck? Wow, I got to look at that. And that's another comparison I guess we got to do.
Hey, Rodney Dangerfield and Lavoine.
Yeah. Nice. Only on this show.
And Christopher Reeves and
And O.J. Simpson.
No, Deke. Oh, and O.J. Simpson in The Hitchhiker.
How about the chick wants to fuck Deke?
And O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
Picture of Christopher Reeves in the wheelchair versus O.J. Simpson in the wheelchair from Naked Gun.
Oh my God.
Time for a serotonin.
Are our brains working overtime tonight?
Or under time, I'm not sure.
Are we getting paid time and a half?
An undertow. Tide pulled him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What we brought up last time about the movie being cut because of the MPAA, it doesn't really hold water in the second and third segments, because I was just thinking what a great fucking kill we got for the last kill. Well, not the last kill, not the fucking FU at the end, but the other, you know what I'm talking about? When who the hell gets grabbed? The girl? Yeah, the girl when he's
the
fucking
girl. And yeah, so
making out
with tits and
raping.
everything. And so Laverne is on the raft sleeping, and Pancho is now watching the bag of garbage floating around, and she sleeps. So he decides that she's so tired that she might not notice him lifting up her shirt and sucking on her tits. This is the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
She's a dirty birdie.
Did you ever watch porno?
Never.
Where the girls, like, you ever see chloroform girls?
No, I've chloroformed girls myself, but no, I've never seen that.
Okay. Well, they actually fictionally chloroform girls. You know, you guys know what that is. You're horror fans. They put a bottle of chloroform to a rag, and then they over a girl's mouth and nose. And what she does is she breathes in this substance, and what it does is knocks you out. Now, I'm not really sure for how long or what they don't actually know while it's happening. I don't know the actual details of it, but they chloroform these girls and they fall asleep. And in the porno, then they take advantage of the women. It's real or it's an act? Well, in the porno, it's an act.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it's called chloroform girls. You might want to look it up. So there's tons of porn about banging sleeping chicks. It's really weird.
That's what made you think of that, because of that guy?
Yeah, because he's
that pervert.
So is Pancho a classy guy, or would you say he showed his true colors right here?
That's kind of a scumbag move.
He probably figured she was a dirty whore and she would go with it anyway. That's what I get out of it.
I just don't know of anybody who in that particular situation would think that was a good idea, period. I mean, is that what's going to be on your mind?
Well, if he thinks that if that's the end of his life, maybe that's why. Maybe he's given up. So he's like, well, at least I'm going to, fuck this girl before I die.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah,
well, he didn't get to the point of giving up. He made a run for it. I don't know if he ever thought of giving up. You see, okay, tell the truth, guys. Would you, if you were Pancho, so Jamie, you gotta be a guy right now, would you go with the theory that this thing would be busy with another person and you could survive? Would you eventually take Rachel and throw her in the water and let this thing go after her and then just go take a run for it to the beach? Or a swim for it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I could do that to somebody else.
How about you, Dave?
Nah. I don't think I could. Maybe there's one person in the world I can do it to, but that's it.
I know who she is. You know what? She didn't ruin no Jason Part 2 poster.
Yeah.
She knew better.
Right.
She wouldn't make it to the raft.
No, in all seriousness, no, I don't think I could do it. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you this. Even if my best friend was being eaten by this thing, I would say to myself, well, look, I can't do anything about it. The most I could do is jump in there and I would die. So at that point, I would take advantage of the situation. As bad as I feel, I'd cry all the way to the beach as I'm swimming, but I would still jump and try to save my own life. That's as far as I would go.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
No. Okay. So, Dave, would you still get with her? Would you still, make advances towards this Laverne, even though half her face was being peeled away? Like, would you still suck on her tit while you're looking up and you saw her face getting peeled off?
No, couldn't do it.
Would you put your hand down her pants?
Maybe.
Just to see what it's doing?
Yeah, I couldn't suck her tit, though.
Okay.
It's too personal.
Jamie, if a guy had half his face peeled away, would you still grab his dick? Just to see how big it is?
No, probably just not, because, all the screaming, that's kind of a turnoff. I mean,
Yeah.
she was...
Okay.
You're right, the screaming is a turnoff.
Like, why didn't he jump out of there the second he saw that? I don't understand anything. So, it still got him because he swam all the way to the shore, and he didn't make it far enough inland. He didn't make it far enough in. So the thing reached out and grabbed him, and Pancho is dead. And then the camera cuts. That's like a comic bookish ending when you see him. It reminds me of the Blob a lot. When he goes, I beat you, and then just comes out and grabs him, and he's done. And the next thing you see is the car, and it's just playing the music, and it's so eerie. Mm-hmm. Think about that. Think about the volumes that scene speaks. Number one, this guy has an amazing battery in his car.
No shit.
Number two, he left the door open, so Jamie's getting annoyed. Jamie, remember you
Damn
said
right.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. It bothers the shit out of me.
Right. And three, it shows that 4 people went out and were having a great time. Partying, music, smoking a little doob. And now they're all gone. Just like that. Okay, I'm trying to have some emotional weight here. Can you go along with this?
That's sad.
Make like you care about these people. Please, save me.
No, it is seriously, though. That is eerie.
Sad.
I completely know that scene. It's just quiet except for that, and yeah, and how it pans over and you see that sign. It's good shit. It's cool. Definitely. It always reminds you of a shell at the end when that thing comes up. I always picture like a giant fucking shell or an oyster fucking taking him inside because the way it curves.
All right, Jamie, how do you rate this incredible segment in Creepshow 2?
5.
5.
My favorite.
Do you want to elaborate in any way? What makes this...
No.
We said enough in the last 38 minutes. Okay. Dave, how do you rate this?
I also give it a 5.
Wow. Well, then we got 5s all around, guys.
Nice.
I would rate it lower if they skimped out on the kills, but they really didn't, as we already mentioned. And we got some boobage.
Boobus. Yep.
If she's in it, her boobas are in it. So now, I forgot the wraparound segment that happens here. Is this where the bullies take his Venus flytrap bulb and stomp on it?
Oh, yeah.
Because I had a lot of technical issues, and I don't have notes for this exactly.
And the kid says fucking, and it looks so awkward when he says it in the cartoon for some reason, but he's like,
I want his ass.
I'm so glad you said that, because that is the most awkward thing in the world.
Yeah.
I want his ass.
And the way he moves when he says it, just the fact
And
that
Alex
it's a
was like,
cartoon.
I was just saying that about Deke.
So now we get to the last one.
Young Billy knows his way around town. They won't catch him in a hurry. I think we've got time for one more creepy concoction. Our last morbid masterpiece, which I call the Hitchhiker.
OJ, man. OJ.
Yeah,
So,
the gigolo.
yeah, so Annie Lansing is a rich yuppie bitch who pays a guy who's about 5 years younger than her, I think, to bang her and give her orgasms. And he counted 6.
Count them, 6 orgasms.
This particular night, she had... Now, Jamie, you're a girl.
I am.
Have you ever had...
Yes.
Of course.
You have?
More.
Yeah, I believe that.
So how come you guys are able to do that and we're not?
I know.
As soon as I have an orgasm, it's like shooting pool with a rope. I can't even... my dick just goes away.
Well, I have also encountered men who could. Or maybe it was...
Not at once.
Me.
I could, but not at once. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they weren't multiples. Or they were... Okay, forget it. Yeah, 6 orgasms? You never did that before, Alex?
Dave, do you stay hard after you shoot?
I just need a few minutes rest, and then I'm back to normal.
A few minutes? I need like 2 hours.
No.
No?
You do?
Yeah, why?
2 hours?
I gotta admit, I never tried.
Oh, what the fuck? Every woman I've been with for more than a few months, I've had nights with them that fucking, I had at least 4.
Why would you even...
Because I love to fuck, because it feels good.
How do you maintain interest?
What? I wish I could not maintain interest. That's not the problem. My problem is it's constantly on my brain. I wish I could fucking squash it, believe me.
Wow, I'm really weird then, because once I finish...
I'm sick. No, it's not you.
I can move on to anything else in life, and that's like the last thing on the list.
No shit, huh?
I'm like, oh, okay, that's done for today. Now don't get me wrong. I actually had a few weekends where I was home all by myself for an entire weekend. And I probably,
touch yourself twice a day.
Wait, when you're by yourself, but you can't do that with a live girl?
No, you believe it or not, no. You know why?
Because it's less work. I understand that.
Well, I don't know. I think it's because it's the same girl each time. Like when I'm with the videos and stuff, it's a new scenario, a new chick. It sort of like refreshes my brain. And I'm back into it again. Because now I'm moving on to another hot chick.
Man, I'll tell you what, though. Think about when you were single, Alex.
Tell Tiffany I said if she ever needs to talk to anybody that I'm always available.
Right?
Okay. Bless her heart.
So I think I've had 4 times in one day one time. Or no, 2 or 3 times.
Oh, easily. Oh, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. That was like a normal day for me in my teen years.
What?
Like twice a day, probably.
For me, twice a day. I have to do it like during break time at work in the morning.
Now I don't do it twice a day. Well, maybe occasionally.
Oh, right. So, wait, by the way, this is called the Hitchhiker. This is, I said OJ, but it's really called the Hitchhiker.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
I would love to. So this is probably the sleaziest conversation I've ever heard in a horror movie.
Oh, she turns me on, man.
The whole thing is so sleazy. Her and this douche Gigolo, or Gigolo.
Annie, please, come on. You've got your Mercedes. I'm never going to get mine at these prices.
That's what you quoted me. That's what I've been paying you.
A special introductory rate. That's what this was.
I see. Hook 'em, then up the price. Is that it?
Are you hooked?
Maybe.
Maybe. I do my job well. I expect to be paid well. Now, come on. I counted 6 orgasms. And you probably had others. Silently, so I wouldn't get a swelled head.
You charge by the orgasm?
Good idea. Maybe I should. Then at least I'd have something to work for. Piecework.
You have no shame.
Bye, love. I hope you're not in Dutch. I can get you a good attorney if it comes to that.
I've got a good attorney. My husband. And I don't want to lose him. Without him, you'd never get your Mercedes.
Do you guys notice that Stephen King's It is like on his...
Yes.
Yeah, on his bed?
That's cool.
The bedboard?
That's a nice nod. I like that.
Yeah. So she pays for sex, and now she has to go back home. And I didn't write it down or anything, but she mentions, like, she has to be home by a certain time. She has to make this many minutes in this many minutes, so she'll never be home in time, pretty much, is what she's saying. The music she listens to in her car, can she be any more of a yuppie? Like, just take a listen to this.
I don't even know what the fuck it is. Do tell. How do I not know?
Listen to this. about this. How yuppie is that?
That makes sense. It's fucking perceived that rich people might listen to fucking shit like that.
Yeah, they
Well,
can't
it is,
hear.
and do you know I actually listen to classical a lot when I'm driving alone.
Are you doing it to relive the movie?
It makes me think of the movie, but no, I just actually like classical music.
Jamie, you're a yuppie. Okay, but clearly they were trying to really push that with this.
Yeah, they were. But I
yeah,
also like that.
That was definitely the point. Yeah.
Right. Now, constantly referring to yourself in the third person. What is wrong with this psychopath? Oh, Mrs. Lansing.
That's gonna cost you, Mrs. Lansing.
That's gonna cost she's worried about $734 because she spilled her coffee or whatever, yet she's paying some asshole to fuck her. Like, could she really be counting her nickels and dimes? Like, why is she so consumed with a few dollars?
Well, because her husband's going to have to know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's it.
whatever.
That's it. It's coming out of the hubby's fucking wallet. He's got to write a check for this and that. He's not going to be happy about it. Obviously, she doesn't have a good relationship with him. She's out paying some other dude for sex.
Right. Well, so on the way home, she hits O.J. Simpson with her car. He was asking to go to Dover, right?
Yeah, bend over.
Yeah, so OJ gets hit with a car, and he just, like, plops on the road, and, you know, she comes to a crossroads. No pun intended. What would you guys do? You know, let's just say you have a ton of money. It's the middle of the night. I'm not really sure her motive of why. Like, why would she go to jail? Like, are we not allowed to hit people with a car anymore? Like, no.
Well, okay.
If it's an accident.
She's drunk.
Is she drunk?
Isn't she?
She's not drunk, no.
She seems drunk to me the way she acts.
She panicked and drove off. That's hit and run. That's illegal. I think the reason was she was coming from where she wasn't supposed to be.
Oh, right.
So
right.
She'd get nailed if he were to find out. He'd be like, well, what were you doing over there? You know?
Right.
Yeah, she's not even supposed to be out of the house, I don't think. He's expecting her to she's expected to be at home when he arrives home from work. So the fact that and where would you be at that time of night? It's late. Yeah, that's fucking trouble for her. That's what it is, right? I don't know why I forgot that. And I don't know why I thought she was drunk. I don't know why. She just fucked the guy, woke up, and started driving. Yeah.
I didn't know semen had alcohol content. You know, I was listening to these two girls at lunchtime. They were talking. They were online to get something to eat. And the one girl goes, hey, do you think sperm, how many calories is in sperm? And the girl goes, honey, if you're drinking it that much, he's not going to care if you're a little bit chubby. I'm sorry. Okay. So, OJ is now left for dead. You know? She drives away. She just hits this guy. And he's a Heisman winner, I think. And she
believe that shit. Yeah.
Yep. He didn't score 4 touchdowns in one game, but he's pretty good, right?
Yeah, he's no fucking Bundy. No.
No. But he won a Super Bowl, right?
No, he's from Buffalo.
Oh. Well, he's been to a lot of them, maybe.
Well, on the sidelines, maybe a few. He couldn't even do it with San Francisco, right?
So he never won a Super Bowl?
No.
Okay, so would you guys drive off and leave OJ for dead, or would you, could you do that? Seriously. Like, would you say, I'm not going to have my whole life ruined? He's already dead. Seriously. Try to put yourself here. He's already dead.
If I knew for a fact he was dead, I could probably go on.
I agree with that. Yes, if I knew for a fact.
Right.
Because honestly, what the fuck? What good is it going to do? The guy's dead. It's not going to bring him back.
Yeah, me being caught's not going to help him, right?
Yeah, it was an honest mistake. It's not going to do any bit of good for anybody to find out. They'll say, oh, it was a hit and run. And they'll be pissed off at someone they'll never, ever meet. And that's the worst that'll come of it. Yeah. And you know what?
But if I had any idea at all that he may be alive, then I would have to stop and help. But of course I don't know until I'm in that situation.
Right.
But I kind of think that if I knew for a fact he was dead, that I could probably just keep going.
See, I wouldn't even do that. I would think, I'd still get in trouble, so let me go to a payphone and call it in anonymously. Because either way, me standing there is not going to help any either.
You're right. I would take his cell phone. I would take the guy's cell phone.
You think OJ had a cell phone in 1987?
Oh, well, no. If it was now, though.
Oh, now. Oh, right.
You know?
And you would call 911. Yeah, right. So it's not traceable back to you.
Yep, and then leave it with him and say, and then just say, just disguise your voice or whatever. Fucking just say something. Right. Here's where I am. There's an accident. Click.
Okay. I'd call 911, and when they answer, I go, "Help me!" and then I'd run away. I'd get in my car and drive off.
You know what we're all gonna do? Go to hell because we're horrible human beings.
Now, how about that? This voice that this thing has, is that the same voice as part one of all the garbled creatures? Did they bring back that voice for this?
It's close. It's close.
To the right, lady. To the right, lady.
The end, he's going fucking crazy.
How about that? Thanks for the ride, lady. What do you guys...
My mom and I watched a lot, Creepshow 2, and we saw it at the theater together, and then like when it came out on video, we'd watch it together a lot, and this was her favorite segment. And so we would quote from it all the time. I mean, it was just mostly thanks for the ride, lady, because that's what you hear about 187 gazillion times.
Wait, how come she just didn't go, "You're welcome"?
But yeah, right.
Wait, how come she didn't just say "you're welcome"? Do you think that would have ended this whole thing?
Well, probably not. I don't know. I think he was kind of pissed.
You're welcome.
Do you know how long was it? How long was it before you guys realized that was her husband on the side of the road that stopped and called?
I think the last time I watched it, I realized.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? How do you know that?
Oh, because you see him later when he pulls into the garage.
You see him making
all right. The white guy that comes up and pulls over and calls the police on his car phone. The one who's talking to Stephen King.
Yeah, okay.
That's
what the fuck? No shit.
Yeah, so if she had stayed there, he would have found her anyway. Like he would have, if she had stayed 2 seconds longer than she did, her husband would have come rolling up. But it gives it much more depth knowing that, I think.
Yep. Johnny Deep.
That's cool. Yeah, you know what? When I saw this when I was young, this was the one that my buddy and I would always fucking quote. Just that though. Thanks for the ride, lady.
Yeah. Right.
It was the big joke. We fucking loved it. I loved it a lot more when I was younger. Now, not as much, but that line is great. That it was comedy. It was dark humor. You know what I mean? So
I'm going to point out a flaw here. He never actually gave her a ride. She never gave him a ride.
Well, he was being sarcastic, I think.
What about the ride that he gave her when he hit him? When she hit him, that's a ride.
No, he should say thanks for the shove or thanks for the push. Thanks for the ride.
Well, now he did take a ride when he was hanging on to her sunroof and hanging on to the hood.
But was he already thanking her at that point?
Yeah, he was. He was.
Yeah. It's sarcasm. That's right. It was because if she would have picked him up, none of that would have happened.
Oh.
It's like, thanks for the ride.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
As opposed to hitting me, right?
Right, because if you would have stopped and picked me up and been a good person and helped somebody in need, this wouldn't have happened. But since you did, thanks for the ride, motherfucker.
Right.
You know?
Now, is this OJ? Is he a ghost of sorts? Like what? Jay,
he's a revenant.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You said the last guy was a revenant. A revenant.
Good job.
Is that
yes.
the movie that Leonardo DiCaprio just got an award for?
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yes.
How weird is that? That's another Skeleton Crew weird moment.
Yep.
Sync. The same day that the guy dies from Old Chief Woodenhead, which is in the movie of Creepshow 2, Leonardo DiCaprio wins an award for a movie called Revenant, in which Jamie said is what you call the ghost from Creepshow. Yeah. And this, I guess.
Right. This is
I was watching the Oscars before we started recording tonight because I have them on DVR.
Wow. So it all sinks in. So there we go. He just won an award for Revenant, and that's what these things are.
Yeah.
The big question is Was he somebody who was buried up to his head in sand, or was he a hitchhiker in that movie? Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's more because it wasn't.
Don't tell me. I heard it's so good. I don't want to.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Oh, you're talking about Leo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I thought he was talking about the Hitchhiker.
Yeah, it's hard to follow my reference.
He's like, Dave's like sand.
I knew what the joke was. No, I got the joke, but I thought he was saying, is this Hitchhiker, is he buried in sand or is he Hitchhiker? Like, why are you asking that question? Are you trying to be funny? I don't get it.
I was actually referencing Leonardo DiCaprio and what he did in his movie. And relating it to the ones we're reviewing. It's very hard to... It's just like Jamie said in the last show. We have no idea what you're talking about. I've become so disconnected from society that nobody can even follow my references anymore. Even though they're completely in with what we're doing.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Ooh.
So he was a revenant ghost, OJ, in this segment.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, he was coming back. He was coming back for revenge.
Yeah, she just keeps seeing him, just keeps trying to kill him. She runs into a tree 40 times, thinking that'll kill him. Doesn't work. Only damages her car. Somehow she could still drive home, which is absolutely ridiculous. She would never be able to drive that car again after what she did.
How about she got fooled? She's like, I hit a tree, that's all.
Yeah, when it was snowing and everything. Yeah.
That was cool. When she thought that she just drove off the thing and she dreamt all that shit about the hitchhiker,
right,
and then she drives
cool.
home and she thinks she beats it. That's cool shit. That final sequence is great. And that attack? Oh, man. I don't know. Only line I remember is fucking Stephen King. Guy got cream. That's what happened. Happens all the time.
So, Hitchhiker, there's not much to say. I mean, at the very end, he ends up in her car. It's just a tongue sticking out of what looks like a face.
Oh,
and
it's great.
He's garbling.
Yeah, he's like,
Look to the right, lady. Look to the right, lady.
Oh, it's like faster. It's like scary at the end the last time he says it.
Yeah.
You know, earlier he's just like, hey, thanks for the ride. And then it changes as it goes on.
It's more subtle.
Right, but it's ridiculous in the final scene. It's like fucking downright scary. Like the way he looks, which is badass. That's fucking good effects there. And the way he sounds, it's actually scary, that part to me.
Yeah. So, I guess she ends up dying. I think her husband lives, but she dies.
Yeah, she got bend overed. She had that big Dover sign on her, right?
His name was Ben.
Get out of here, Ben.
He kind of reminds me of Brad Pitt's brothers, too.
Stu Pitt? You fucking got me good. Wow. I never heard that joke. I've never heard that before.
We're a bunch of losers tonight.
Shit.
That's just me.
Wow. No, it's me after that.
You guys are cool. So let's rate the Hitchhiker, man.
What's that stuff that you rub on your sore muscles?
Ben. No. Yeah. How long?
Ben.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm homophobic. I can't even say it.
I love it. Dave walked into it and then jumped right back out. He's like, Ben, nope,
Shit.
Oh,
That's we used to do that shit in the fucking 80s, that joke.
Yeah, exactly. That's like an elementary school joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how do you rate the Hitchhiker, Jamie Jenkins?
I don't think it's really all that good because it's extremely repetitive, but there are things that I like about it, and this one particularly for me has a lot of nostalgia. So I'm going to say 4.
All right. Dave Z.
All right. I also agree that it's not the strongest one, and it's kind of a one-trick pony, you know? So, you know, I used to really like it when I was young, and every time I see it now, I don't know, I don't look forward to it as much. It's still good. It's just, you know, not quite on the caliber as the other ones. So I give it 3.5.
This is an odd one for me. For me, it's the reverse. I always liked the first two so much more. Although people I watched this with growing up could not stop quoting this, like with the "Thanks for the ride, lady," and they were so taken by this. And I was just sitting there dumbfounded, like, why are you so into this? There's really nothing that great about this one. You know, as I got past the first 2 episodes, as I kept going on and rewatching this, I got to this one, and I said, well, let me really, like, give this a go, because I never really embraced it. I eventually started to, and what I realized was, yeah, it's totally repetitive, but in a non-repetitive way. Like, it really does. It's always different. It's an experience, and it's compelling the entire time.
With that.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be as harsh. I think I really do like it, and it's definitely grown on me. So I will give it a 4 out of 5. It's definitely not amazing. It's not. I don't love this at all, but I really do like it.
All right.
It's iconic having OJ in this.
Hey, Alex, did you hear that Mike and Dan got together and started their own show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Chasing the Gimp. It came out March 8th. What do you think?
I can't get worried about it, man. I mean, no matter how hard I try, I just can't get worried about it. You know what I mean?
You know, have you ever been a paper boy or known a paper boy?
Yes, I've known.
Okay. Okay.
That's my sister.
Of course you've known one, right? Okay. Well, I was a paper boy, and what happened was they would bring the shit. You know, you have a box in front of your house, and every whatever they bring the shit in the morning. So they drop. Think about this. My box is right in front of my house. Any asshole could have come and stolen those papers too. And they put a shitload in there. And on Sunday they had inserts. It was a big, heavy day. You had to get up earlier and take all the inserts and put them in the paper. And it added like an additional fucking hour to your work. So you had to get up even earlier on a Sunday morning. So one Saturday night, I had a sleepover, and we were in the backyard, tents, all this shit, me and a couple buddies. And I was up late and everything, and I didn't want to get up in the morning. And my father woke me up and said I had papers. And I went to the paper box, and I stole all the fucking inserts, and I took them, and I drove them down the street on my bike. I took them on the fucking, and I threw them in a dumpster. And I played dumb, and I said I never got the inserts, and they said what? And I go, yeah. They go, somebody must have stolen them or something. And they looked around, and they ended up finding them in that fucking dumpster because it wasn't that far. And they're like, do you have any enemies? And I said, yeah, well, there's this one guy. So because I was so lazy that morning, I didn't want to. I thought I'd get away with it, and I delivered the papers without them. I was like, fuck these people. I'm just going to deliver the paper. You know how people are out there Sunday paper in their coupon books, right?
Yeah, I'm like, you're the reason some old lady didn't get her coupons that week.
Well, after they found them, I had to go and bring all their coupons to everybody's door.
Wow, so you had to do delivery twice.
Yep, that's
what you get. That is karma kicking you in the ass right there.
I know it is. I was a kid. I did all kinds of fucked up shit. My father ended up delivering the papers fucking more than once. I was so lazy.
That's what I would do. I'd just leave them around them.
My father started paying for the papers.
He just bought them because he knew he didn't want to go out and deliver them. So you guys basically just kept buying 45 newspapers every week.
Yeah, dude. My father got so fed up, he gave the lady money. He said, here, take this money and take this. I never want to see this box on my fucking front lawn again. And he paid her off and they were gone. So I was probably the world's worst paper boy.
Alright guys, that was Creepshow 2. We went through the whole entire thing. Okay, first I want to get an overall rating of the movie itself.
4.3.
What are we doing here? 12.5 divided by 3?
3, yes.
So it's like 4 and some change, right?
4.13.
Yeah.
And I rated a 4.83. Overall, it seems that we're both fans of both these movies.